Okay, I think we're live. I think we're good. Let me refresh, make sure we're set. Yeah, it still takes a while. All right, we're live. I think we're good. Let us know if you can see us. I'm here with Ken, the Hustle Bee.
What is up, everybody?
Make sure you can hear us, see us, make sure we sound good in the live chat. Deformity Shot, what's up? G Jasso, hey, good to see you again, too. And E-Boy and Ethan and LA Henna, of course, here, too. First one, Merch Studios, hey, what's up? Carlos, yo, what's up? And let me see, make sure we sound good, make sure everything is set. And Marco says we're good, gives us a thumbs up. So a lot of stuff to get to today. We're going to talk about Out Hustled, our very first episode. Talk about that. Talk about the top 5 states with the most Burlington stores, which I think people might be kind of
Probably gonna get some heat against this one, but
I know, like, what, top 5 states? And talk about our sales days. So both me and Ken had over $1,000 sales day so far this month. So we're going to talk about that. And Ken has a challenge coming up. So we're going to talk about that too. Danny Ryder, what's up? Justin, Jason, right here in the chat, Merch Studios. Justin says it sound good. Chris, we have an 8-ball in our hand. Yep, right here. Enjoyed H-Town. So yeah, we're going to talk about that and talking about the eBay sales for sure. So episode 1, Ken watched it. When did you watch it? Like yesterday?
yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. Jameson is in the house. What'd you think about it, Ken?
Oh man, it was. I literally had to message this guy. I was like, "Hey, dude, I haven't seen it. Send it to me."
Yeah.
I was like getting anxious as well, so I was waiting for it. So as soon as I saw it, he made a video. He gave me basically a questionnaire on how we're gonna just chop it up on things that were expectations and stuff like that. And it was funny how he edited it. We were basically saying the same thing. And the funny part is like, like I mentioned, they're like, oh man, I don't have any money yet. And then you switch back to yours. Oh, he's not gonna turn this down. He's not gonna turn this down. I was like, what the crap? That was just pressure, man. That was just pressure.
That's hilarious. And we ended up going. Oh yeah, so we talked about, before we even left, we talked about like the top like cities or states that have like Burlington and these type of stores. That's really what brought us to like Houston, is when I did the research on it. So before we start going back into the show, top 5 states with the most Burlington stores. Any guesses, Ken? The first state, number 1.
Oh, I mean, I would say Texas, because I guess that's where we went. Is that am I right?
No, but you're close.
What?
And live chat, any guesses? Top what's the number 1 state in the US that has the most Burlington stores?
Not Texas. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not Texas. I know. You would think
Why
that.
did we go there?
Why didn't we go to number 1?
Or maybe we've been there already.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Let's see who has some guesses in here. Hawaii, Utah, Florida, Washington, California, Arizona,
Illinois.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good guesses in here. Okay, so number 1 state with the most Burlington stores, California.
Wow, Cali.
65 total Burlington stores.
What?
Yeah, 65, which is, well, I mean, it's a lot compared to number. Well, actually, it's only like a couple more bigger than number 2. But the issue with California that we talked about this too is that like it's so huge and so scattered that it's going to be kind of tough. And right here, SJRist says Cali is too big though, like 10 hours south to north. And that's exactly what we talked about. It's too huge.
That too, but if you think about it, Texas is far from each other too. But I guess the big cities are only 4 hours from each other. I guess, right?
Yeah, the bigger cities is a lot easier to get to. And same thing, deformity shot. G Jessos the traffic, which was like one of the things that we talked about going to Houston too, was traffic, but California, totally different story.
Yep. I mean,
We're going.
I think we talked about it, but I went against it because it was just, it wasn't just something that we don't want to spend so much time in traffic. And I mean, I guess they saw it in the video if they watched the video too. Like pretty much from store to store was like around 10 minutes.
Yeah, totally. And Merch Studios, Cali traffic is next level. I know that's something we didn't want to really deal with. Spending a lot of money on gas because we're gonna be stuck, and then just like waiting in traffic going to the next store. But I mean, California definitely somewhere we do want to go, but it would have to go. I mean, you have to go somewhere specific. You can't just go like randomly all over the place. It has to be like LA or San Diego or Sacramento or something like that. Live chat, let us know. More than likely, I'm thinking LA, but it's the same thing. Like you're gonna be dealing with the traffic.
Traffic, man, and and we talk about it in the video, the number of people too. It's jam packed there.
Yeah, totally. And E-Boy says he's in traffic right now. Oh man, it's hilarious. Okay, number 2 is actually New York, New Jersey area.
What?
Yeah, which is totally huge too. I mean, you have to go around a lot. I mean,
Talk about traffic again.
yeah, you're gonna be taking the subway. Imagine carrying a bunch of Ross finds on the subway, carrying those. Yeah, that's not gonna be a good look.
Right.
Wondering what you're doing, but that's a huge area to kind of go through too. I mean, New York, and Rochester, Bronx. I mean, that's just a huge area. So that's kind of like what we talked about too. I mean, there's just like no way we'd be able to do that and get this on the show going to New York, New Jersey area. Number 3 is actually your guess, which is Texas.
Wow. How many stores?
So Texas, 56 total Burlington stores.
Wow.
And we're looking at Dallas, Fort Worth has 14. Houston has 10. And then San Antonio and Austin have 3 each.
Oh, they don't really have much, huh?
Yeah, not well. I actually have 2. In we have 2 in El Paso.
Well, in Cincinnati, we have 1, 2, 3. We got 3.
Okay, there we go. And anybody in Texas, let me know in the live chat. So Texas, yeah, 56 total Burlington stores. And the reason why we chose Houston was because Dallas, Houston, somewhat close to each other, like 3 hours away. If you wanted to go the other way, you can go to Dallas from Austin, you're still looking at like 3 to 4 hours. So really you can go to, and then like another hour or so, San Antonio to Austin. So imagine you went like San Antonio, San Marcos, Austin, Dallas, Houston. I guess technically you can do that whole thing.
Right.
It will take a while, but you can do that whole thing.
Maybe we did.
Yeah, maybe we did. But you can't do El Paso, San Antonio, Austin.
Take us weeks, bro.
Yeah, I think some people don't really realize how huge Texas is until you really look at the map and you're like, damn,
yes.
Yeah, and you're like, I gotta drive 9 hours from El Paso just to get to San Antonio. Yeah, it's totally different. But let us know, anybody in Texas, Burlington stores, let us know in the chat. And then the next one, number 4, Florida with 39 Burlington stores.
Oh, wow. I'm sure Relentless Resell would love this. Where's he at?
Yeah, where's Carlos at? Orlando has 4, Jacksonville with 3, Miami and Tampa only have 2 each. That's kind of weird.
Miami has less?
Yeah, it has 2 apparently. That's according to Burlington's actual, store list.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Right. That's way less than I expected.
Yeah. How does El Paso have the same amount as Miami? That doesn't sound right. And number 5 is actually Pennsylvania with 30.
What? Pennsylvania, huh?
Yeah. So Philly has 7 Burlingtons.
Wow.
And then Pittsburgh 2, and York has 2. Random, I know. And Merch Studios, wonder why Burlington or Ross or these stores don't sell some of their stuff right on eBay and Amazon too. We don't want to give them any ideas, Merch Studios, but
Please don't.
But they the thing is, what I think why they don't sell like on these platforms, or why their prices are also so low, they get so much inventory all at once, and they get like a huge mixture between especially like women's clothing. If you ever check out women's clothing, Burlington and Ross, like these sections are huge compared to just like the men's shoe section.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I mean, mostly what they focus on.
Yeah, and they get like past season too, so they gotta keep it moving. I don't think they would be wanting to warehouse it.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you're gonna see like KD 8s over and over and over again, especially when they're like super high price, like $79.99, and they just end up going down and down in price. Like that's probably what's gonna happen. And yeah, they focus on their different business model. Just a thought. I know they have like that different business model, and they just keep things going. And right now is like the perfect time for Ross, and be prepared. Like November, December, if you like going to Ross, go every single day during those next 2 months, like November, December. They get trucks like every day to every other day. Like it's crazy during these times, and they're just moving just like all this different inventory fast, and it's insane how much stuff they get.
And they're probably targeted too during that season because holidays coming out, Christmas, all the gifts and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So they gotta move quick.
Pop up their volume and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So to go back, well, that was our top 5 Burlington stores. In case everybody ever wondered where to travel next, there are your ideas if you ever want to go out there and try to source somewhere. Back into episode 1. So we talked about the Burlington stores. That's how we really kind of got this idea. We fly to Houston, and Ken makes what time did you get up? Like 4 a.m.
4 a.m. man. I had to leave at like 5:40 because of time difference.
Oh yeah. And then you made a stop where?
Atlanta. I had to stop over to Atlanta, and I had to walk so far to get to my next plane, and then straight to Houston.
Oh, okay. And then Houston, and then you waited for a bit, and then I went straight to Houston, but got sick in the process. So you guys will see more of what happens, unfortunately, with that. We got upgraded to a minivan.
Exactly, man. I now looking back at it, like now I'm looking at my reaction. I think I was wanting to get another compact. Like, you guys don't have any other car? And like, good thing the lady said, okay, take this compact car, because the minivan was actually pretty nice. It was very comfy. It was. I thought it was gonna be hard to drive around, but it wasn't. Houston's highways were huge, and the roads were big.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any problem getting around, and I guess it put more pressure on us to fill it up.
Oh, I know, and it had like good gas mileage. So this is actually, this is like a huge strategy with like the rental car part. So if we would have gotten a compact car, it definitely would have changed things for us.
We probably would have went back to the hotel at least once a day to unload.
Yeah, it totally changed things. Getting the van helped with mileage. It helped with how much gas cost, and of course, the highways. Just every store was like 10 minutes away or around there. Like it was
minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool to go to these stores very quickly. So that helped us out. So next time, or if anybody else is thinking about it, if you can find a lot of items, a compact car is not the way to go. Go for the van. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with Ken being from Ohio, He felt like Elaine from Seinfeld, how like when Kramer has like those wide lanes and she's kind of like going back and forth. It's like, oh, this feels so luxurious.
That was literally me. I was like, man, this is so wide, and they have like the service roads on the side. Their service roads on the side were like my highway.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this feels good. And he's just like, yeah, I love these like wide lanes.
Dude,
Texas.
the van was quick. The van was fast.
Yeah.
It was easy to drive around.
Yeah, totally cool. And the last thing we're going to talk about was, so we went to our first 6 stores, including the Nike clearance store. So we're going to talk about that and strategies about the clearance store, the good and the bad about it. Before we talk about that, I definitely went on a live chat. There was some questions and stuff. I didn't get to read them over. Things went kind of quick. We have Caroline here in the house. Something about quitting reselling. Okay, let me read her comment, and then you can go back. Caroline needs to talk to us. I was going to quit, and Ross employees talked me out of it. That sounds like an interesting story.
You got lucky.
Yeah, Caroline, we might need you on the show. Let me see. Deformity Shot says, I know you're not supposed to talk about reselling to employees, but I talked to the manager at Burlington, and I pay $5+ for box and bags, high-end cleats, and sell them through Amazon. So yeah, some managers are super cool.
Yeah, it depends on the manager.
Yeah. And when it doesn't hurt to ask or to talk to them, especially if they see you a lot, like over and over again. It doesn't hurt to talk to the manager to try to get a deal on at Burlington, Ross, or Nike Outlet, or even Marshalls. We had like a super cool manager at Marshalls. When I went to Dallas to do like the talk, we went, it was me and a group. We went to Dallas, and they're like, this guy was like, you like the 1999 cleats? And I was like, yes, I do.
Very much.
He's like, let me check to see if I have some more in the back. And I was like, yes. and he like busted out with like, the first time he busted out with like ZX Flux Adidas. I was like, yeah, no, that's not the 1999 stuff we like.
Right.
And then he came up with like some of those tempos and some of the other ones for 1999. I was like, all right, cool. And then he brought out some Kobe 11s, but they were like kids. They weren't 1999. So I was like, let's see if we can find some more 1999 stuff. And then he brought out like another box, but he was totally cool about it. And when you think about it, it kind of helps them with their job because they don't have to like put these on the shelves and put them away. They're just like, all right, cool. Here you go. And they just go and buy them. So they were super cool that time. Let me see. Let me go back up. Let me see. Caroline only quit school for temporarily for grades, but I'd rather be a C student. So I think quitting school for reselling. And then Ross, I think, talked her out of it. I think. Peter G, what's up? Good to see you. Peter's cool. Jeff is cool. He's also here. He's from Phoenix. Peter from Cali, and then let me see what else. Who else is here? How'd you get approval to sell Nike on Amazon? I think they're asking Deformity Shot. He said he got approved, I think, to sell Nike on Amazon. Now the chat's going quick. Jeremy, what's up? Natalie, I'm conflicted in whether to tell employees I'm a reseller. A shop owner said she was closing her business because resellers, so I definitely didn't tell her. So that's, yeah, it's totally.
There's a fine line there. It's either they're gonna hate you for it or love you for it, and I think that's, considering I'm only 6 months in reselling, I think that's the fine line that I'm threading, because it's either they're gonna be like, oh crap, this guy's here again, or they were like, hey, what's up, right? So
yeah.
So I think it will come through time, feeling each other and stuff like that. It's definitely not like, hi, my name is Ken, I'm a reseller, let me get all your deals. I think it's gonna be developed through time and stuff like that. Just it's really this is one thing I learned about the call center job that I did. It's just basically finding a common ground and talking about something, maybe sports, maybe interests and hobbies, and giving compliments and stuff like that. and create a natural conversation. Don't make them feel that you're only there trying to use them or trying to get info, but developing that relationship. So I think that's really important, of being patient on that. Be like, oh, let me just find the manager and ask him for deals, because it could
Yeah.
backfire on you. Because like even Nike, we got you get denied for purchase if you do that.
Yeah, it totally depends. Like that one time with the manager with the destroyer jackets, he was cool from Nike, but not
Right.
all of them are cool, and they even don't even like recording sometimes. So my quality is kind of like, it changes because I have to use my phone, because I have to be kind of like hidden when I'm there at Nike. I haven't gotten kicked out, but I know some people that have, and I don't know why. Like they're kind of like, well, I don't know. Then again, like some stores are just weird. Period when it comes to like recording, but I don't know. They're supposed to put like a huge sign in the front that says you can't record or no cameras or something. But most of them don't. Jeremy, what's up? I think we said hi to you already. Richard, two of my favorite hustlers, Glen and Ken. Shout out from Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, Richard is my buddy here in Cincinnati. I haven't met him yet, but we're same city hustlers.
Nice. Michelle, what's up from San Antonio? You guys are great. I appreciate it. And Michelle, San Antonio has really, really good stores over there. Alba says hello from Arkansas. And then Colin, what's up? Tommy, have you come across the Federer Nike shirt? Not yet, but I have heard about it. I think someone found it at Burlington. I don't remember, but I haven't seen it yet. But I have been looking out for it. Ken, have you seen it?
Richard says something about our Nike outlets here are really nice. Yes, I haven't had any problems in Cincinnati. They refer me as a bulk buyer. Yeah, a lot of them know me already. Before I even start reselling, I was just kind of like a sneakerhead. So yeah, I don't have any problems with my locals.
Okay, cool. Carlos, the boy is in.
Oh man, huge shout out to Carlos. Happy birthday to you, man. It's his birthday today.
Oh, it's his birthday. How old is that guy?
Yeah. He's I think he's 35 already.
Dang.
He's not. He's not. I think he's 25.
Oh, okay, cool. Ken, do you use global shipping program?
Yes, I use global shipping program.
Okay, so we got a question. I guess, well, for both of us, I want to see what your answer is. Do you use it for all of your listings, and what are the pros and cons for it?
All right. So my take on it is it's basically expanding your reach, and in the business of e-commerce, it's basically traffic. That's one of the main reasons why we sell on the eBay platform. eBay and Amazon's the biggest players because they have traffic going in, and it's built through time. So, limiting your selling ability within the US is very, it's hurting you instead of helping you. A lot of the pros is when you send shipment out of the country, you only have to send it to Kentucky, which their fulfillment center is, and you don't have to write any customs declaration or import documents. So that's the beauty of that. So maybe you can expand on other things, Glenn.
Yeah, I agree for sure. Have you ever tried to fill out that paperwork?
Yeah, I've
it
had
sucks.
before.
Yeah, it sucks. So that definitely helps you out there. It's so much easier, and you get a better shipping rate because you could just get to ship it to Kentucky there with eBay, and then they do the rest. Before global shipping program, we just have to ship it straight to the person. And what happened a lot of times is like either they wouldn't get it or it was just extremely damaged. And it was like it was a lot more difficult during that time to ship it straight to them.
And I think you're protected too, right?
Yeah, you're definitely protected a lot better using eBay, their global shipping program. And yeah, like you said, with traffic wise, it's definitely going to help you. One of the things though that you can't really control is how much eBay is going to charge shipping to them. So like I had someone, I mean, you're going to get a lot of people from different countries, especially when you're selling cleats.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a lot of people, a lot of different offers, and they're going to ask like, why is the shipping so high? Sometimes like with eBay, it's like $45+ for like
Right,
certain
right.
cleats for them to pay in order for them to get the cleats. So like sometimes they're just totally like, what's the deal here? And asking me for like a shipping discount. I'm like, I'm taking the hit, free shipping to go to Kentucky. But
Right.
anything beyond that is like on eBay's control. Like I have no control over that.
And I think that the rates that they include there is included the tax custom taxes already.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something that they don't really see. They just look at it as uh, uh, shipping cost, but it's actually shipping and customs tax. Because I've sent one before through through U.S. Postal. It was in Canada and it was a pair of shoe, and they had to pay customs taxes. So
Yeah.
that was something that I didn't see on my end, and I've heard that there's inconsistency. So it's just a random check and stuff like that. So some packages get stacked, some packages don't. So you could take a hit because your buyer could complain to you, and I actually had to refund the guy some partial refund for the for that inconvenience.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, I mean, that's pretty much our take on it, and I think that definitely can help you a little bit on that. I think we had another question also from Sunny. Sunny, I keep getting peeps from overseas who are trying to buy items that aren't listed for international shipping, messing up possible buys from mainlanders because most have handful of watchers. What
What
do you
was
think about
that?
that? Like he keeps getting people that from overseas trying to buy his items,
Mhm.
that he's not listing like international shipping on his.
Well, one too is I didn't mention this. All of my items are a global shipping program, so that's one thing that you'd probably have to consider because Sunny, that could be something that you could sell right now already with people watching it.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
at the end of the day, it's really not about having mainland buyers or buyers from the from out of state or out of country. It's still a sale for you.
yeah, totally. All right. Huge shout out to Jeff who sent us $15. Here's a coffee on me for the two of my favorite hustlers.
Oh yes, thank you, sir.
There you go. Ken's been eating ramen because he's been hustling so much. So I need to
Make
send him, yeah, 750 from this is going to Ken so that he can get a good meal because he's been hustling out there.
So hey, read this. Richard Clark said, "Mad props to Glen Fani on YouTube while searching how to sell my son's shoes. He didn't like it, and now I'm at 1,500 listings and 170K listed inventory."
Damn.
So this guy is OG. He actually messaged me, and Richard gives me tips and stuff like that. Gives me a heads up. Gives me different strategies on how to price items, and he's been very helpful. He's kind of like a big brother for me in the eBay community. That he just messages me through Instagram. So that's the beauty about this. And man, 170K listed. That's balling right there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that and getting over 100K, which we know you are, but we're definitely gonna have to talk more about,
Yeah.
especially these $1,000 days. But thanks again, Jeff. Which I went to go talk to Jeff. So when I came back from the Seattle trip, I had to land in Phoenix. I had like a 3 hour.
Oh wow, that's a
I
long
know.
way over.
I know. I was like, oh, come on. So I asked Jeff, I was like, hey, you want to go sourcing or want to go eat or something? So I met Jeff at the Phoenix meetup. And then this time he came by, picked me up airport. We hung out. We went to like Burlington, Ross. We ended up finding like some cleats. We talked and everything. But then I had to go back and then fly to El Paso. So it was only for like a little while. But Jeff's totally cool. And I'm going to we might have to find our way to Phoenix though. Hustle.
Yeah, we will. I
Yeah.
mean, we're it's just a matter of getting in a plane.
I know, I know, definitely. Yeah, we got to go there soon. And Ellie, Henna, Glenn, any good toy bolos? And it's like you're reading my mind. It's like you know what I'm talking about. Ross finds of the week this week.
Are you serious? It's a toy?
Yes, sir. It's a toy. So Ellie, Henna, you will see that on Friday. Question: when posting shoes on eBay, do you add the UPC? If none, how do you search for UPC? Ken?
You actually can Google it. There's actually product UPC, and you can type in the product number, and that is something that has been mentioned in the eBay Open,
Mhm.
that they will be requiring UPCs now, especially for brand new items.
Yeah, I
So
saw that too. When does that kick in? Did it already start?
yeah, it's starting to kick in now. If you notice it when you're bulk editing, uh, items that doesn't have UPC will give you a flag already. So you can still bypass it, but pretty soon it will be gone because I believe they're trying to boost up their scannability with barcoding, kind of
Mm,
like how fast you can scan barcodes with Amazon.
yeah. Man, I usually just put like does not apply.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do too. But eventually that'll be gone. So
Oh,
might as
come
well get
on.
a hang of it.
Get it. Caroline doesn't do UPCs, doesn't want anything to do with UPCs.
Right,
She's
right, right.
done with
Yeah.
UPCs. Yeah, I totally agree. I just put does not apply. It's just like an extra step for me. Like I'm trying to um just list all of this stuff and then I have to do this UPC thing. It's just like extra work.
Right.
Let me go back up. Sunny Project. I know. Come to Vegas. Everything isn't very far away from each other. I know with Vegas, it's like easy to go through everything. And I really don't want to wait until eBay open next year because I know me and Ken want to go. I don't want to wait that long to go to Vegas. So we're gonna have to let you know.
Yeah,
And
we will.
hopefully, yeah.
Especially we're gonna definitely one big thing for Vegas Open. We did miss out on this year, but next year we're not. We're probably gonna get a top floor hotel there in Vegas. Gonna ball out.
Yeah, you have to go to that Ross on the strip.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's see. Stussy one says barcodelookup.com.
Oh, there we go.
So there we go there. Death Piles, what's up? Love the name. Dirty Harry Films, was it all hustle business in Houston? Any fun stuff on the side? Actually, no fun stuff on the
No
side.
fun
Like,
stuff.
yeah, we didn't go anywhere. Like it was actually just pure hustle and stores and being sick
It was
and
waking up at 8 and sleeping at 2 a.m.
yeah, so we didn't really get to do anything cool.
We didn't even get to eat any good places there. It's all
Oh,
about groceries.
yeah, so you guys will find out more, but we didn't do anything cool. If you're hoping for something cool, like I don't know, like
There's a lot of cool stuff, but not
yeah,
fun stuff.
yeah, there we go. There's a lot of cool stuff, but just not fun
Business.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. A Sunny Project. You can sleep on my couch. Got a Filipino mother-in-law. Authentic food.
There we go. I'm down. That means no ramen noodles.
Awesome. Caroline, is that out of the 9-digit Nike code, the UPC?
Yeah, I guess they have a UPC code. Now that I think about it, I think Nike does have a UPC code. Let me double check.
Yeah, grab a pair of Jordans back there.
13s, baby.
That's for your personal collection. You're selling those.
Yeah, it's a personal connection. Yeah, they do have a UPC, man. It's on the bottom. Oh crap. Yeah, but it's on the bottom. It actually says UPC.
Okay, good. So there you go. UPC on tags. Stussy
Yep.
one. Yeah, don't get hurt over there either. There's a lot of boxes you got to go around.
I know I might fall.
Okay, let me see. Jeremy, do you guys use the shoe ID numbers in your listing titles?
I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But the only people that actually look at the product are the resellers.
when you're typing it in on the
Right, the search bar.
yeah. I've done it a couple of times and then I've done it. I mean, I haven't done it. So I don't really know if it really makes a huge difference as far as the sales go. I haven't really noticed anything, I guess with using it or not using it.
Box then fresh that anybody notice if shoes sell better than clothes? I don't think so. I think clothes sell better.
But new or used?
Both.
Oh.
Because here's the thing, better means better sales, or in quantity, yes, clothes will win.
Yeah, quantity wise, yeah.
Yeah, so because it's usually, under $50, under 100. But shoes, you're gonna start, looking at 100. And then, a lot of people don't really have 15 pairs of shoes, but they have 15 pairs of clothes.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, I totally agree with that too. We'll talk more about clothes because you have um a challenge coming up against somebody that does clothes. So we'll talk about that. Richard,
Look at that, Richard. There
yeah,
you go, Richard.
Richard. Glenn, I will pay for your plane ticket to come to Cincy to see Ken and I source for a day since you inspired us.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Go to Cincy for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can do some we can do some Richard and Ken show.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if his warehouse is done, but he's supposed to have a warehouse already.
Oh yeah? That's crazy.
Yeah. 170K, man. That's a lot of inventory.
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna have to we'll work something out because we gotta see that. Let me see. Caroline, I'm not a sneakerhead, so I just look up everything. So there we go.
Yeah.
And Stussy one, have you guys returned shoes before? Bad buys in 30 days.
I mean, I've returned a couple. I mean, we even returned one in Texas because we thought it was a high-end shoe, but since you were just in a hurry, we picked up the wrong one.
Yeah. So we ended up picking up some cleats that we thought were the different, like the high-end ones, and they ended up being the cheaper ones. And so we ended up just returning those cheaper ones because we knew that they weren't gonna sell. That's probably like a quick random example.
Right.
Let me go back up. There's some other questions too. What's the worst experience you've had buying multiple shoes at a store?
Getting denied.
What store was it?
It was a Nike outlet. I was on the counter and actually I think this was my third time going back in the same store. And on the third time they caught me. Excuse me, sir. I would have to deny this because you're only allowed to 10 pairs per style. But it was actually even a different style, but because I made separate transactions.
Yeah.
That's why they denied me.
You do need kind of like a disguise or something.
Yeah,
like
maybe we're
no glasses, a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
With the destroyer jacket, without the destroyer jacket.
Yeah, there we go. So, and yes, when it comes to in-store purchases, we may or may not have gotten denied on our show. So look up, you can see if that happens or not. There's another question in here I wanted to get to, but man. Do you ever plan on...
Richard Clark has 2,000 square feet basement. That's twice as big as my apartment. So you definitely have to come here, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely got to go.
Yeah, we probably could sleep in the basement.
Yeah, there you go. Daniel, Glenn, do you ever plan on coming to Virginia? Haven't really thought about it, but I do want to visit round 2, even though round 2 in California, I mean, you can go to either one, but I know Virginia, I mean, I used to always watch the channel and see what they're doing, but that would be pretty cool, but I haven't really thought about it yet.
Virginia has that area, Virginia, Maryland, DC, is pretty close to each other.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And let me go back. Man, where am I? I thought I missed a lot of stuff, and now I can't. Yeah, there was a question, and now it's gone. I don't know where that thing. Oh, here we go. I got my first PayPal dispute from a woman that bought Nikes, but she claimed she didn't. I'm thinking her son bought the size 13s. What's your experiences with chargeback cases?
I haven't had any chargeback cases with shoes, but they can claim. Oh, there's actually one that made a claim of not receiving the shoe, but I just called eBay and I showed them that it's been delivered. So I don't know what eBay did. eBay could possibly let me keep my money and have them and refund them their money.
Yeah, and if it's been delivered, I mean, you're safe. I mean, you're 100% fine.
That's why it's very important to get that tracking number, and as long as it says delivered. But PayPal chargeback, that could be something different because they could call their credit card and say it's a fraudulent transaction. So that's a PayPal case that you would have to deal with PayPal.
Yeah, it'd be different from the eBay thing. Unless you sold them straight through PayPal, then that's a totally different thing too.
Right.
So I don't know. It just depends. Let me see. Let's see. These guys are bosses at this. Sadly, Louisiana doesn't have much to see. Have you ever gone sourcing there?
No, I haven't. Maybe, I mean, try to Google what's the next closest state.
Well, Source Guy says y'all can do Atlanta.
Atlanta has a lot of stores too. Maybe I've been there.
Yeah, maybe you've been there. Robert, I have sold 20 Colin Kaepernick jerseys.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
$700 profit.
20. Man, we were just finding like one. Like, how many did we find? I guess like 5. Not even 5, I guess.
Yeah, a bunch of Kaepernick jerseys. Still haven't sold a Supreme and Levi's trucker jacket. So, Robert contacted me and showed me a Supreme Levi's jacket that he found at Ross, and I had never seen anything like it. I've been searching, and I still haven't found anything like it. But he said it hasn't sold, and I know you can get big money, of course. I mean, Supreme is all hyped up, and right now is the best time for it. But I know I talked to Robert about it, and I was like, do not take low ball offers on it. Stay patient.
Right, be patient, yeah. That's one of a kind. I've never found anything Supreme. You found a shirt, you find a jacket. I find Dorbs.
Ninja Turtle Dorbs.
Yeah, I actually got one here. Where's that at?
That's right there on your right side.
Oh, it's right here. Yeah, this one I find. Every time I look for the, what was that? The Nuketown zombies. This is what I find. I ended up buying it.
That's hilarious. Let me go. All right, we'll do the last questions and we go back into the show because I know we're answering a lot of questions. But at least if it's helping you, then we can just keep going. But let me go back up. Let me see. There was a good question on here. Oh man. Let me see. Where am I?
Well, while you're looking for that, let me answer this. What size box do I ship the soccer balls?
Oh, that was the one I wanted to answer. There you go.
Oh, it's a size large box. You can order it on USPS.com.
It's just like a large shipping box, but it's not flat rate. It's just a large shipping box.
It's called large. It's 12 by 12 by 10, I believe, or something like that. I actually just shipped one. Do we have one here? I don't think we have one, but yeah, you can order it online. It fits one soccer ball in there.
Okay, so there we go. That's when you should get those for free. What's the update on the cleats you bought at Burlington 2 weeks ago? That's a good question too, which is going to lead to our $1,000 day, and a lot of those cleats led to that. So actually a lot of those have already sold, except for Ken's favorite cleat model.
Venom Fatals.
The Fatals.
Highlighter yellow colorway.
Yeah, those are still sitting. Those are still sitting, and they're probably going to sit for a while. I have them cheap, too. That's the thing that kind of sucks. But we will talk about that Burlington haul and the update because a lot of that has sold already. Let me see. Where am I? I think there was a question about what brand or kind of brand scale do you use for weighing your stuff? Ken?
I have, my wife's she's actually gonna, it's called Accutech.
Where'd you get that at?
High-end weighing scale, $16. It's at Amazon.com. When you look for a weighing scale, digital weighing scale, and I just actually sort it by best reviews, and this is what you get. It's Accutech.
Oh, okay. I actually just got it's like a small black scale that I got from Walmart. And it's like, you can find it in the food aisle. So, and it's only like $9.
Oh man, you got a better deal. I got ripped off.
Ripped off. So that's where you can get one of those. And they work really, really good. How often should we frequently go to Ross, Burlington? weekly and expect different inventory or restocking
Every day.
every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yes, every day.
Yeah. Man, it's blowing up.
What is going on over here? Let me see what. When is Ken gonna wear his bee costume in the Nike store?
No, man, that would be the day that I haven't even bought one. I'm gonna get kicked out. Maybe that would be a dare when you come over here in Cincinnati and Richard is gonna fly you here. I'm probably gonna wear B custom and you guys can videotape me.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, we totally don't want to bring in attention at Nike store.
Right, right. And wearing a B costume would be
Look at this dude in the bee costume.
right.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Let me see. Let me go back up. Caroline selling jerseys up in here. Congrats, Caroline. I like to hear that. With the Todd Gurley jersey just sold. Nice. And what did Caroline put? Something. Ross, what? Ross told me that the employees are taking all of the jerseys before they hit the floor.
Yeah, that could be possible. I mean, the jerseys are so cheap, and I even consider working for Burlington Coat Factory.
I think, okay, out of all 4 stores, Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, and Nike Outlet, where would you want to work?
Burlington? I would go to Nike Outlet, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. You'd have to go to Nike Outlet. I mean, Ross people, they look stressed, losing Nike, their hair. Like
Nike, they kind of have more a happy vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, imagine just dealing with shoes all day. I mean, I wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, that would definitely be the place.
I would be like, I'd be working. It's like, ooh, high-end stuff. I'm a hiding in the back.
Yeah, plus you get your employee discount. So
yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna text my wife, hey, it's behind the shoe box, size 13, or it's in. I'm gonna find people to scoop it up. Maybe I could have Richard pick it up for me. Hey, bro, I have 10 pairs of high-end cleats back there hidden. Just buy
it. I know, it's hilarious. Source guy, how can I qualify to become part of the Brown Bros?
I mean, you just gotta be brown.
That's your only qualification. That's
We're not trying to be racist here, but you gotta be brown.
Caroline, I consider working at Ross too. You can work part-time. So yeah, I mean, Ross, oh man, it's always a mess. And during Q4 though, I mean, you're in for like long hours. You're gonna be.
But here's the thing: if you work part-time, you could just be working for restock, and you don't have to deal with customers.
Yeah, that's true too. Can you put stuff away though?
What?
Hide
you can. You can. So I've talked to an employee that he's just cool with his manager. I mean, I guess it's just developing a relationship with your manager too.
Oh, okay. And let me see, Tiffany, out of all those 4 stores, sourcing at which store makes you the most profit overall?
It really depends. Nike.
Yeah, that's hard to answer.
Yeah, I guess it's equal because Nike you can get more quantity, but not that great of a profit margin. But it's still $40, right?
Yeah.
But in the Ross and Burlington, you can definitely find $100 profit.
Yeah.
But you can't really get 20 pairs.
Yeah, I think you have to go to all 4. If you stopped going to one of those, you're just going to be missing out, period, because there's deals on all of them. So it's kind of hard to say that one of them would be better than the other ones.
Right.
Jeff, for some reason in the past week, I've been gotten 3 eBay messages asking if my cleats are fake. Do you guys get this question?
Oh, no, I haven't had a question. Maybe it could be your color when you're taking photos of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Lighting could be it. And that's the only thing I could, maybe it looks off, right? A red would look pink on the photo if your lighting is off, but besides that, I haven't had any issues like that.
Yeah, and I think the inside tag should definitely help you too. I know you're probably already doing that, Jeff. But the inside tag too, just to make sure that it's authentic. You can tell at least the people that are looking into it, look for big difference between the real and the fake tags, so that might help. So Jeff says he uses really good lights. I don't know, maybe just be, I mean, it could just be like troll messages. I mean, I get random messages. My messages are funny that come in sometimes. One of them is like, Glenn, I know you're Hustler Hacks. I see your store. That's a funny one. Another one was, can I have free shoes? That's another one.
Wow.
Another one was, can you lower the price on these shoes?
You can send him free shoes. You just have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, and shipping's gonna be $99.
Yeah, $99 shipping, free shoes.
Yeah. So I get weird messages too, but I think that overall it's just part of the thing. But I don't know. You'll get those people, but you also get the good buyers out there, of course.
Oh, here we go, man. Richard's not joking around.
Let me see. What did Richard say? Oh, did search random Friday through Sunday, El Paso to Cincy with just one stop, less than $500. Let me know. We'll crush a weekend, man. Yeah, Richard isn't joking around. He's doing his research and putting his money up.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're gonna have to figure something out to go to Cincy, Richard. But we might have to go during the week though, because we know weekends are
crappy.
Well, weekends are tough. And we went to Houston during the week, and we went during the week for, of course, obvious reasons. You're going to be dealing with a lot of families. Everything's packed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and during the week, we also know that more than likely they're going to be restocking at these stores, and there's less competition during that time, except for like the full-time resellers that have nothing better to do than to source, like Ken. Then yeah, you can find the stuff you want, but I know weekends super tough. So we'll have to look at that, see what we can do during the week. Okay, so let me go back. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Nike Clearance Store and the good, the bad, and the ugly of Nike Clearance Store from the first episode that we went. And if you guys watched the first episode, Nike Clearance Store, KD 8s all over the place, LeBron 13s all over the place, Kobe 9s and 10s, some 11s, and they were all like $139, some were $179, outrageous prices for the Nike Clearance Store. I was like, this is supposed to be clearance store. What happened? So
yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, we don't have any clearance store around our area. I mean, even in a 3-hour radius, there's no clearance store in my city. But that was I had my hopes really high. It's like, oh, we're gonna kill it here. And as soon as I got there, man, like, man, I could buy better deals on eBay.
Oh, I know. It was, you can get better deals on eBay. Definitely Ross, way better deals for those same shoes. And that's the thing that kind of sucked. Like, we went in like strutting. Like, I was like, clearance store, like a Vince McMahon strut down. And I was like, man, like, this is gonna be awesome. And then
we didn't even talk. I went my way, Glenn went his way. We didn't even come up with a plan. Like, we're just ready to dominate.
Yeah, and then we went, and I was like, man, what is the deal with the pricing here? Super high pricing. So to go back, I think I also got a comment on there. I don't know if you read the comment from
that one.
Yeah, from one of the cleats that you picked up, right? Yeah. And it was a $139, right? Was the price?
Yeah, $139.
And we did the numbers on that one, and like, you're spending, so he was telling us like it could have been plus 30% off, it would have been $95, and these cleats sell for like, what did he say, like 190 to 220 range or something like that. Right.
Now there's no way that sells for that.
Yeah, and so my thing was, especially when we crunched the numbers, because we did the research on it. I mean, Ken picked it up. We did the research on it. For that specific pair, though, $139 minus 30% off plus tax, though, it came out to like $107. It was also a 10.5 in soccer cleats, which we know You have to go for like 7, 8, 9. You'll get way more people interested in your cleats, not 10.5. In that case, it didn't have the complete box.
Right, right.
It was on the back section, of course. And the completed listings, I saw one that was like for 165. There was some people selling it for 195, and it didn't have any completed listings. So, to say it's going to sell easily for like 200, 220, there's no way. So we did our research on that, but that's also for advice for people. If you go to the clearance stores, you see these high-end cleats, always double check, triple check on these numbers, and you're getting the right sizes, because I know Nike clearance store, their strategy is to throw you off with a 30% off,
right,
every single day or every weekend or whatever. And their prices are still extremely high.
right.
You're better off at a factory store.
Yeah, I mean, factory store definitely is better, especially when they have the extra 30% off.
Yeah, and so our strategy going in, of course, double checking, triple checking the numbers, trying to use 30% to our advantage. We checked a lot of those shoes, and we didn't really have anything else to combine it with. Like, we didn't have an MVP card, we didn't have anything like that during the time, or the friends and family card, nothing that we can kind of combine it with. So it was really, really difficult to find stuff there. There were some backpacks. Remember, we saw those that were kind of cheap.
Yeah.
What
kind of backpacks were those?
I think they had like a sale on Jordan backpacks at the time. I think also because it was like back to school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a deal on that, but nothing really like that great that we were going to, do awesome with. So we didn't get anything from that clearance store, which sucked, but
right.
Let's see. Spila says you went during the week. That is a problem. They switched to weekend only sales. I live in Houston and only buy shoes when it's 30%, which is almost every weekend. But in our case, it still was 30% off. It just wasn't it just wasn't a great sale. And let me see.
We didn't find all the shoes that we were looking for. I mean, we were strict with our profit margins too. We're trying to make $40 per shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were okay making $20-$30, we could have picked it up. But it was basically like spending $100 to make 30.
Yeah, that's the issue that we had. I mean, you're putting in a lot into it, especially for like sizes that didn't really make sense. So, you really have to know your numbers if you're going to put in $100 for something, and you're not going to get, I mean, like $25, $28. I mean, you have to weigh that out. Is that really like worth it or not? Caroline talking about Nordstrom rack finds. Go follow her right now, Caroline, if you're on Instagram. Go follow her. Yeah. So go follow her. You can check that out. And Jeff, I'm going to go back. Okay, so Jeff, yeah, factory store is so bad. It's bad enough at the Nike clearance store here. And Jeff is in Phoenix. Merch Studios, is the football, soccer ever an issue when you're listing soccer or football USA cleats on eBay? There could be a confusion, global shipping where sports terms are different. Ken, not really, right? I mean,
no, I haven't had any issues with that. Because it's in your categories, it's soccer cleats, right?
Yeah, it's soccer cleats.
Yeah.
Jason, I live right next to an outlet. I really need to start on that. There we go. Eli,
I would go there every day if you live next to an outlet.
Yeah, try to go as much as possible. Eli, yeah. When does the Nike factory store have the next 30% off? Have you ever noticed a trend or something? Because like if you saw Monday's video, I went during the weekend. They didn't have the back sale, but with Ken in his area, they did, right?
Yeah. So it depends. From our area, it usually is every other week. And the best way to figure it out is call them. I call them, they usually start Friday. So I call them Friday morning and ask them.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Ken, the Hustle Bee. Just want to make sure you guys have a sale in the back. I'm ready to
That would be the worst intro.
I'm ready to clear the store out. Just want to make sure. Spila says they do up the prices on some shoes when they have 30% off sales. I stay at the 60 to 75 range, and try to get the 130 to 150 for them. Doing solid so far in the clearance stores, but 90% of the clearance store buys are for Amazon and apparel. Only 10% are for flipping on eBay. So yeah, I totally agree on that, because we did see some apparel that was worth selling, but we didn't end up picking anything up. But some apparel, some backpacks, like we said. But for shoes, eBay stuff, yeah, it is a lot difficult with that. What trends should I look for during this season? Well, jackets and hoodies, all that stuff for sure.
Cold season. Boots. That would be something that that you guys should pay attention to. Jackets, definitely. People love jackets.
Yeah, there we go. A lot of jackets, a lot of hoodies, and Ross, you're gonna see a lot more stuff coming out. So always double check those like high end jacket sections. I've been checking
for a high retail price.
Yeah, I've been checking. I haven't really seen anything that great yet, but they're gonna keep bringing out more and more stuff the next couple of months. Richard, can't wait to share my story with you in Cincy. I run a $60 million business in 6 states, my day-to-day job for corporate America, and now you inspired me to hustle and do my own thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you're free. I mean, being free is like...
Yeah, that's crazy how he got the 170K. This guy hustled like crazy because he still works and he has kids.
Oh, man.
Imagine that.
Yeah, we're going to have to definitely talk to him and meet him up.
Yeah, we need to get some juice from Richard.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And let me see. Did you find any Ray Dunn at Marshall's?
Nope. They're past season already. I think the wave is done.
Yeah, I've actually seen more of like the dog stuff, like the bowls, but
yeah, dog bowls, they don't sell much.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those, but I haven't seen any like specialty like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas Ray Dunn. Yeah,
maybe they're still gonna come out. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're still gonna come out, but that's the stuff you really gotta double and triple check for.
That's why you have to go there every day.
Yeah, that stuff sells real good. So Nike clearance store, that was pretty much our talk when we talk about that. Stussy one said sold some dog bowls.
Nice.
Take that, Ken. Just kidding. You're like,
I'm
hey,
buying them now. I know.
You have to really like combine them, and you have to get like the right colors too. I've noticed, at least doing the research on it. Okay, so we talked about that episode 1. We talked about the top stores in Burlington. Let's get into our 1K a day on eBay, or at least the $1,000 days. So tell me, you had what, 11? What was your total yesterday,
11,
right?
I believe it was 1188. That was
all right.
$8 shy.
Okay, so Ken sold $1,188 on eBay yesterday in sales.
Yep. So that was crazy, and that was 12 items.
12 items?
Yep.
Okay. Oh man, I think I had all my stuff. I had the breakdown what I was gonna like talk about. So my $1,000 day was somewhat kind of like that too. It was, let me look at the thing, because it tells you like your items and all that stuff. So let me get that real quick.
The crazy thing about my sale was it happened on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Like it happened yesterday. It's like it's random. Like I think with the season Q4 coming up, I think the sales are trending up already.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed, like, let me see. Let me pull it up. Friday I did 780. Saturday I did 400. Sunday I did 800. Monday I hit 900, and Tuesday I hit 1100. I mean that 1188. So I was like, I would have thought that it came from a weekend.
Yeah, but nope, a random Tuesday.
Random Tuesday. So the crazy part is that marks the 6th month since my first sale. I made my first sale March the 12th, and I did 1100 on the 13th. So literally right after my 6th month.
Nice. There we go. And you did, yeah. So that was 1188. Crazy. My day was actually the 1st of the month, September 1st. I did $1,263
nice.
On that day, and I had Let's see, what, 7, 12, 14. I had 15 items.
Wow.
So it's kind of very similar, I think, numbers and similar amount of sold. So let's talk about these sold items. What, I know you've been patient. You've always preached patience with your items.
Yeah.
So what ended up selling the most that day was a combination of like cleats and shoes,
Well,
any
yeah,
clothing, or
a lot of it was some lifestyle Air Maxes. Sold some Air Maxes, some Sunset Air Max 120s. I sold some of those, and I sold some Air Max, the Air Max Tune, the Air Max Plus. I sold those, and a lot of, I mean, I sold some, 4 or 5 cleats, high end cleats, and these cleats were the ones that were selling for $60 a month or two ago, and I
oh,
waited it
nice.
out. I sold some Untouchables as well for $130, while everybody was selling it out for $60 to $80 2 months ago. I
Yeah.
held on to it, and then pretty much, double what they were asking for. So I guess what, I mean, you said it already. Patience is what I preach. Patience is what got me here, and patience will what's gonna get me to the next level as well.
You're like, patience will take me to the promised land.
Yep,
And
patience.
I think you made a good point with the cleats, though. I think when you're spending $16.99 or $19.99 for some of these cleats, and you can see that they are going for 49, 59, but you do know that there's a lot of like the Untouchables, a lot of those like popular cleats that are definitely worth more. We talked about this, like, is it worth keeping, for like an extra month or 2 months to see where it is, after that, once the market is already done and the low ballers are done and they've made their sales. Because I mean, your risk is very, very low. You're at $20 or less. Is it worth to keep it and wait it out month or two?
Definitely, it's worth the keep. I mean, what's, especially if you're not renting a warehouse or anything like that. Richard just said, I'm the king of Untouchables. I have like over 300 pairs. This is just what I got.
Oh no, he froze. Oh, there you go. You're coming back.
Uh, this is what I
Okay.
just got, and the investment. So look, imagine if you sell one pair, you can buy 5 more.
Yeah.
That's literally how I scaled.
Yeah. And just reinvesting the money over and over.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why it grew so fast, because I was patient. But even yeah, I talk about patience a lot, but man, 6 months is not a long time.
Yeah, and it's gonna go by quick.
Right.
Next
I
thing you
mean, the
know,
most I've held was like 3 or 4 months, but
yeah,
that's not even long. A lot of people just are impatient, but I mean, they're looking at the quick come up, but at the end of the day, it's actually they're missing out on the opportunity to buy more.
yeah, and to keep scaling up. And if you're doing it on purpose, that's cool because you're keeping it, you're waiting. If you have your stuff there because you haven't listed it and you're being lazy, then that's not really good either. But at the same time, it might reward you later on if the price ended up going up, or it could hurt you and maybe the price went down.
Mhm.
So who knows? Caroline, how do the low ballers make money? They don't. Yeah, that's kind of a difficult thing because I've noticed some of the low ballers, they're not even making $10. I've seen some that are at free shipping. I mean, we can all do the math, and it's like minus fees, minus shipping. We know how much they paid for it because we have the same item.
Yeah.
They're not making any money, and that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
even
Go
if
ahead.
they got it for free, the most they'll make is $20 if they got it for free.
Yeah, and we know this because we have the similar item. The bad thing is, well, it's a bad thing for them, not really for us. I mean, we could be patient about it. We can still sell those items, but in their case, if they're just getting a minimal, like profit, it's just kind of like, well, you know, what's the point of actually doing this? You're wasting time, you're wasting effort. And that's just, they're not going anywhere. But not everybody is meant for business or know how to make money like that. And so you're kind of just there, not really doing anything.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, yes, it's your money, but it's just not a smart way to do it, because you're hurting the market. You're not making the money that you're supposed to be making. But in general, it's basic economics. If everybody price it low, the buyer is gonna think that it's supposed to be this low. But if all of us price it right, the buyer's gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
I believe eBay is a seller market. Whatever it is set at, buyers are gonna pay for it.
Yeah. And I think, let me see. So Richard, the more inventory you have, the more tolerance you have for waiting. As things sell daily, you don't stress over the long tail. And Spida, he says he looks at Clutch Swag like that sometimes. He has questionable prices. And Clutch Swag, he's friends with like 10K in the Bay. You can see him on Instagram. And they've both like done a live show, and they've talked about that too. And so he does like free shipping with the box at very low prices. And so your ROI is extremely low. I mean, it's not 40% or 50%. Now you're looking at like 15, 20%.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though. Like everybody runs their business model differently, but
then you're gonna have to think about shipping so much stuff to make X amount of money.
yeah, you're going for more of like volume. And in my case, like volume is better for FBA, period. Like if you're gonna go the volume route, you buy a lot of items, you sell through FBA, so you don't have to be shipping these items individually. And FBA is known for that. Amazon does all of that work for you, and things sell a lot quicker. So Amazon could just keep enrolling these things out. But yeah, if you're doing this, eBay, and you're trying to go the super high, fast quantity amount and try to get this scaled up by making smaller profit, you're doing like double, triple the work that someone else could be doing, because they're doing like 40 to 50% ROI. So you're doing a lot more work for less profit.
Yeah, and that's and again, I go back. I cannot really talk about other people's experience, but my own experience. Glen knows how I did it. I started with $500. That's all I had, and that's all I did was just you know being a little patient. I mean, patient. Some people think about patient, it's years.
Yeah.
My patience is just months. And that's how I reinvested everything, and I'm at 110,000 dollars in inventory.
Yeah.
Imagine if everybody would just do that, everybody would be so much successful than what they are right now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just did that. I stick to my strategy, and I just be patient.
Yeah, and I think that goes a long way with, especially when you're new, because you want to sell stuff quicker. And
Right.
in my case, like I could be patient because I have like 30-day listings. I'm like, okay, cool. Like it's gonna sell. I know I'm gonna get the offer, or someone's just gonna do a buy it now. I have this inventory, and it's gonna sell. But on the other side, I've gotten different like emails from people that are like, Glenn, I want to do 7 days. I want to do 3-day listings, 5-day listings, because I want to get it done quick. But it's not guaranteed it's gonna sell. You can make a 1-day listing. It doesn't matter. I mean, you just have to relist it if it doesn't sell. I mean, if you can do smaller amount of days, but that doesn't guarantee that item is going to sell for you. And people get frustrated with that because it's like now. And it's like, it's not how it works.
Definitely not how it works.
Yeah. So Spida, totally agree with you. Of course, with the business model aspect. Vogeltron, what's up? And he says volume is for wholesale, not reselling, which I agree on that too. Because in that case, you have replenishment, and through resale, you don't have that replenishment because, like we talked about before, it's just like an older item. It's probably not going to you're not going to see the item again. It's only here for a small period of time. So yeah, it's a totally different game. So we talked about those days and the so my $1,200 day, kind of similar to Ken's, is like a mixture between cleats. I did sell like those Burlington cleats you guys saw. A lot of those were going for like 70 to 80 range. A lot of the Mercurial Vapors, so I sold those. Those were actually from Ross when people, the mango ones, remember those?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
They were
people,
underselling them bad.
yeah, and I remember they were telling me. I remember when I posted them on Instagram, some people were like, "Those aren't selling. Those aren't even like a high end model." And I was like, "They're selling. Trust me." Like, and so I was selling those for like 90. And even then, I mean, I was still making pretty good money and profit from that. But a combination of like cleats, and I sold a couple of jerseys, football jerseys, is pretty much what rounded out the $1,200 day. Let me see. Go back in here. UFC shirts. Goodbye. I don't even think I've even seen UFC shirts. Have you seen track cleats? I bought them for $1.99.
Wow, probably on a discount. Yep.
Yeah, they're super discounted. That's fine.
Yeah.
Caroline, we love you too. We're going to Cali.
Abe says, yeah, a lot of people selling untouchable twos for like 50. I mean, I could tell you right now, I just sold an untouchable twos last night for $137.
Oh, that's insane. For
Yeah.
50 or less. Abe Baby, you're also gonna get a shout out here, and you're also gonna get a shout out on Ross Find of the Week. So you'll see that too. All right. And last thing. So Ken, you want to tell everybody about your 1K a day? What happened with this challenge and who you challenging? Who you battling?
So this lady asked me to be on his live show. I shared my story and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, talking about goals, I was trying to reach 20. 20 is doable, and she's trying to get to 30. I said,
who's this person? Let them know.
So let's reveal it. This person is Nicole State, the States Place.
States Place.
Yes, the OG, the more experienced seller. She has crazy ton of followers and stuff like that. But
what does she sell mostly?
She does bins from Goodwill outlets. So she does that. So we were exactly totally the opposite model. She spends more time listing because she wants to stay at home with her kids, and I don't have kids, so I spend more time sourcing. So our race will be to 30K in 1 month, and the winner will get a free dinner in Portland.
Free dinner in Portland.
Yeah. So if I win, she actually flies me out to Portland and buys me a dinner.
Nice.
And if she wins, I have to pay for my ticket to fly to Portland and buy her dinner.
That's hilarious. And but yeah, so it's just the first one to average like $1,000 sales a day.
Basically, first one to hit 30K in 31 days.
Okay.
I mean, is it 31 on eBay? Let me see. Yeah, last 31 days to hit that.
Okay, so you don't have to average. You just have to make sure you get.
Yeah, 30K. You don't need to average. Yeah, because it'll be pretty hard. So right now I'm at 12.4.
Okay.
So it's basically doubling it.
What is she at?
She was at, I believe she was at 18, but our 90-day is actually tied at 38K.
Okay.
So we're pretty much in the same trend. I took a week off, so that's why my numbers dipped. So we're about right at each other's. She's leading by a couple thousands in 31 days, but our 90-day will be are tied. So that's so the time frame is within 6 months.
Okay.
But I believe I'm gonna get it within this fourth quarter.
Oh, this guy's ready to go. He wants to get this by December.
I know.
So for everybody, yeah, what? Go ahead.
I want to go to Portland, go to a Nike employee store.
Oh, I know.
That's my motivation.
And if or when you go to Portland, let me know so I can go out there too.
It's when, Glenn. It's not if.
Well, we know you have to go no matter
Yeah,
what, but
I know. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You're definitely coming, and Carlos is coming as well.
all right, cool. So everybody in the live chat, because everybody obviously we're talking about selling on eBay, all this. Um, how are you even gonna do this? That's my question to you. Like, is buying more inventory gonna help you get 30,000, or is like promoted listings gonna help you,
So
or
yeah,
what?
that's a very good question because that's something that I've actually have applied in my. So one would be pricing strategy. So I'm willing to take 10% less profit for more sales.
Okay, so you're willing to take a hit this time. Is it because of the challenge, or
No, it's because of me growing as well. Because within the last 2 months, I've kind of plateaued.
okay?
You know, but at the end of the time, but now I have the inventory to sell. You know,
Yeah.
at first I really didn't have much inventory to sell, but it's not really. See, here's the pricing strategy. Just like how Nike does it, I'm gonna basically add shipping costs.
Okay.
So here's one of the plans. So I'm gonna raise my prices 15%
Mm-hmm.
and run a sale. So it's just gonna cancel it out.
So you're gonna try to do what Nike Clearance Store does.
Yes. So it's just a matter of that feel good feeling that I'm getting $100 uh item for $85, but I'm actually selling it for 79.99 if I didn't do this strategy.
Yeah.
So it's just
Because
basically being more creative.
yeah, and you're not. I mean, you're because your business model. I mean, like mine is like 40% or higher. That's what I'm willing to take. That's what I want to do. In your case, you're more of like what 50% or higher, right?
My my net or ROI.
Yeah, your ROI.
My ROI is actually at 180 to 200 right now. It's crazy.
Because of these $20 cleats.
Yeah, so basically the model that I have right now is I buy 20, sell 100. So my 20 is actually tripling.
Yeah.
So that's the model that I have. But so now, especially that I've seen what what traveling brings me. Going to bigger cities, I can buy more. So I am more willing to lower my ROI because when I started, I only did double my money. I only
Mhm.
did 100% ROI, and then I started getting. Everybody says I started getting greedy. I started asking for 200% ROI, but at the end of the day, if it's possible, I'm gonna get it. But right now, with just at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. So it's a matter of how can I move more product and still at the end of the day maintain my net profit.
Yeah, that's probably like my biggest thing I'm trying to like figure out on like winning this competition. Um, is like how are you going to, of course, do this before her because there's
Right,
time.
right, right.
I mean, there's a time in here, but like you said, you were trying to move products quicker and
Mhm,
making money in the process.
mhm.
And that's the thing though, like we're trying to get people to buy more of your items,
Right,
but you're doing this through eBay, not like it's like you're a store and you're
right,
trying
right.
to
So the other one is I'm doing promoted listings as well.
have those
Uh,
helped.
so it helped within the last week. I sold $1,000 worth, and I only paid $60 to promote it.
Okay. Tell everybody what promoted listings are, because I don't think we've really talked about promoted
Okay, so
listings that
yeah,
much.
so promoted listings is basically the first couple of searches. You'll actually rank higher than a regular search, and you'll notice it because it's gonna show sponsored.
Hmm.
So basically, sponsored listings. That's what promoted listings are. So that's something that I'm incorporating. And the other one is like when you said to encourage more people to buy more products. I actually There's actually a new thing right now. It's called in the marketing tab. It's running promotions. It's different from promoted listings.
Hmm.
So you can run promotions, buy two, get 20% off.
Okay. And how much
So
roughly do they cost?
so that's there's no, you don't pay for that. That's basically like a markdown manager. It's just more creative.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically, it's basically some creative way. So you can do, so what I'm doing actually right now, anything over $150, you get 10% off. So
Okay.
people tend to stack more things, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, there's $100 shoe, like, oh, I'm gonna try to buy a $50 shoe. And in the end of the day, if you get people to buy more quantity, you actually save money on shipping,
Yeah.
right? So for example, 2 items, my shipping, if I sold it to different people, would be $20, right? But if I send it to you, it might be only $12.
Yeah.
The so the margin of the shipping cost would actually be the ones that's getting discounted.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I do. I do over $150, you get discount, and I do 15% off if we buy 2 items.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna do anything for like $100 or more?
I'm doing 10% on $100 or more right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I wonder, yeah, let's see how that works and try to get some more products sold
Mhm.
quicker and get that. And what about inventory? So you're gonna try to like just keep on
Yeah.
going and try
So,
to,
so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna add more bread and butter items. So I'm probably gonna add more running shoes that I'm okay with doubling my money. Spend 20, sell for 65, and net 20, which is
okay.
still 100% ROI. So that's still, I'm gonna add more of that because I believe a lot, almost 70% in my store are like home run items.
Yeah.
So to get more buying activity, I'm gonna have to add more, women's running shoes, men's running shoes. That's something that I don't have. For example, like this one, this is something that I added. Um, some some running shoes that yeah, it's not gonna make me $50 like I want to, but it's gonna make me 35.
Okay. All
So
right.
so I have all this ready for that. So so that's my strategy in doing that, and I will still, if we average everything out, my net profit will still be over $40 per item.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be rooting for you. Everybody in the live chat is rooting for Ken the Hustlebee to win
Sir,
this challenge.
gotta represent, man. I'm the new kid on the block representing our retail arbitrage against bins, Goodwill bins.
Yeah. Against the bins. Yeah, interesting. So we're gonna see what happens. But I think it's totally in your favor. Let me tell you why. Because I think I mean, right off the bat, going like used against new, when it comes, at least shoe wise, we know.
Right, right, sure.
That's, yeah. I mean, winning with brand new shoes, and that should be almost automatic.
Like I basically only have to sell, let me see, 30,000 divided by, I only have to sell 300 pairs, and I've sold 200 pairs already before.
Like in 1 month.
Yeah, in 1 month. So
Okay.
I've actually sold 220. So that's basically 25 more pairs in a week.
Yeah. So
And
yeah, the shoe. Yeah. And are you gonna add any clothing or anything like that, or no?
well, I have some hoodies already. I bought some hoodies already. Way back. And some heavy coats and stuff like that. Shoes definitely. I'm gonna try to add more of the jackets definitely. I just need to find the good deals. But definitely, it's just a matter of getting my sell through rate, which is one thing that, one of the reasons there has to be a balance when you're being patient, right? You don't want your item price too high.
Yeah.
So mid high would be fine with me, and pricing it mid high and just running a more aggressive discount. Like when Untouchables, people are selling it for 50 or to $60. I'm used to getting 170. I'm fine with getting 130. You know,
Yeah.
it may be less more money, but it's still way more money than what people are actually getting. And also, I believe I'm riding the wave of the Q4.
Yeah, because right now is like the best time to do it.
Yeah, and then more giftable products, right? That's why I've been loading up on shoes that have boxes, brand new shoes. It's just more appropriate for gifting.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, so I think you're good there. You're set there. I think brand new will sell. Also, your items are more high end. I
Yeah,
mean, you're talking about items that are selling for 100, 120.
exactly.
So like what we talked about before, like yours, you can have like one item sell for 120, but if you're going for like used clothing, you'd
You
have
have
to
to sell 10.
sell, yeah,
Yeah,
like
at
how
least
many?
10
Yeah, like
because they're selling 12 to 15 bucks.
yeah, for a piece of clothing. So yeah, it's totally different, I think, numbers game. So yeah, like you said, and ABB says bring that employee store vid home, Ken.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Glenn will be there as well.
Yeah. We should add something in there to where if Nicole loses, she has to wear the bee costume for
Definitely.
the dinner.
We let me find a way how I can add it. Maybe we'll place a bet if it gets done within the year. Somebody needs to wear a costume.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Uh, it said, Mr. Hafapino, just don't go to my Ross. You just don't know. Maybe I've been there.
Maybe I've been there. That's funny. Oh man, it's hilarious. All right, so man, we actually went like over an hour and a half today. I was well, there was a lot of talk about today,
Right,
but
right, right. A lot of questions answered as well.
yeah, we answered a lot of questions. So probably the last set of questions. Anything you have, let us know in the live chat. We can talk about it. Ken can dress like Nicole.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got to color your hair or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some tats. You got to look cool.
Right.
Anything else? Live chat. Let us know. Answer whatever questions we have left, and that's it. So, Out Hustled #2 is gonna come out on Monday, not Wednesday. So you're gonna get that one sooner. So from now on, it's gonna be every single Monday for the next 3 weeks, and then we're gonna do the live show every Wednesday. We're gonna talk about it, review that episode, and then we can add in like either the things we had difficult parts with traveling or going out of town, or difficult buys or something, and of course the good buys and what happened, everything like that. So we'll break all that down every single Wednesday for the next 3 weeks. We'll also see how Ken's doing on his 1K a day challenge, so we get that update, and we can just talk about all that stuff. So yeah, thanks guys, everybody, for coming out. Ken, last words, anything you want to say?
Guys, just opportunities is out there. Like Glenn would always say it, just go out and get it. And we have the same equal opportunities. If I may not have Ross, but I have more Marshalls, I have more Burlington. You may not have Burlington. There's always a way to find a hustle out there. So it's a lot about hard work, and it's nothing easy. Glenn sees this firsthand on how I built this shoe empire, this beehive. It wasn't easy, and
Yeah.
a lot of time it was just sacrifice, and ramen noodles is part of it. So if you put in the sacrifice and the work, it's gonna pay off.
And what it sucks about reselling too is that like I've gained weight since I've like done more of reselling and merch and all of this stuff. And when you're so busy, like trying to like work out is tough. That's something we'll probably have to figure out too.
Yeah, that will be our next challenge: losing weight.
Yeah, I have to go to like Bonafide Hustler Hacks and like
Yeah.
and just like lift a bunch of weights or something.
Right.
And last question, Mr. B, is there a good app to price check shoes on eBay?
Yes, there is.
Okay,
eBay,
better than the Sold Filter.
eBay app completed listings.
You said better than the Sold Filter. I
No,
don't
no,
think so.
that's it. Because like at the end of the day, that's the temperature of the current market.
Yeah, I mean, you could check
Towards
the
current
Amazon price to see how it's selling on there, but
Yeah.
it's a totally different market because if you're not selling it like brand new with the box, or if you're not going through FBA, like FBA is a totally different. If you're doing like Prime, that's a different price than if you're doing like merchant fulfilled, and that's different from like eBay. So I think it's kind of tough. I mean, you have to just check, I guess, whatever marketplace you're selling on. That's probably the only way we do that with chicken
It
prices.
definitely have to be relevant to the platform you're selling it and the time you're selling it. Like you can't compare it to 3 weeks ago. So it has to be. I try to be current to at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. Mr. B, $2.
Thank you.
Farfanugan. That's his comment. Thank you, Mr. B. Thank you, Mr. B. And the $2 will go to the ramen for
Brand
Ken
like
and
a
building up his beehive.
beehive.
Yeah, so there we go. And Spida hitting the gym at 6:30 for 2 hours. Dang.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then what? Home and then stores 9:30 to 10. Dang, that's crazy. That's a pretty good schedule. Cool. Thanks, guys, Mr. B.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm a night owl. I stay up late, and then my breakfast at 1.
There we go. Mr. Rapino knows exactly. That's hilarious. All right. Thanks, guys, again. Sorry we've been going long, but good show. And thank everybody in the live chat because everybody was super cool. Mr. Rapino and Mr. B, Caroline, totally. Jeff was also here in the house. Bay, Spida. Yeah, Richard, big time. G Jasso. Man, everybody was in here today. We had a really good chat, good crowd. Everybody else that's and Stussy one too, totally cool. Thanks, guys, again, and we'll see you on. Well, you'll see the video on Monday, and then the live chat will be here on Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Go out and get it.